I hope you can see that. My name is Dan Pitt. I'm delighted to be here with Layer123 again. I have a long history with Layer123, starting from the very first Layer123 event. It was the CloudNet Summit in London in March of 2012, only about 6 months after the formation of Layer123 as a company. I've been to nearly every Layer123 event since, and I'm always thrilled to be there, whether it's in person or virtually as it has been for the last year. We are here today for the Network Automation Recognition Awards in conjunction with the Layer123 Europe Network Automation Summit. Now, we're going to recognize 7 companies today, and these companies are all at the forefront of automating network operations and services, and they are doing their best to put you and me out of a job. And we're going to congratulate them for this, because when they automate our jobs, we'll find something better and more fun to do. Now, we've all been working from home, as you know, for the last year. And the 2 good things about it, from my perspective, are, number 1, you have work. And number 2, you have a home. But I miss going to see colleagues in an office. I mostly work from home, but not every day. And I certainly miss traveling and seeing all of you at these events. We in our generation are fortunate to have had a lot of travel and met so many people around the world that we have relationships with, and we can bounce ideas off of, and we can learn from, and we can calibrate our own innovation against. So I'm hoping that we will resume in-person conferences, or at least a combination of in-person and remote, shortly, maybe later this year, certainly next year. In the meantime, it's really a pleasure to be part of this Congress and recognize the progress that has been made in automation, and in general, the work that our industry has done to keep people connected, keep society moving, keep industry going, keep economies alive. And I think this industry alone has kept the engine going of the world during this time of isolation. And so I think we are all to be congratulated for working so hard to keep this industry going, which keeps the rest of the world going. Now, as we outline these companies today, I want to let you know that I've had no say in the nominations or in the judging. No one at Layer123 has any input to the judging. It all comes from the independent industry analysts that serve this Congress in being objective judges. Now, we have redacted their names here. They're not shown because I'm going to try to change my slide here. We've removed the names to protect the innocent, the guilty, and the corrupt. Now, we know the world economy has suffered, and a lot of people individually have suffered because of the pandemic and its economic effects. And in light of that, I want to assure you that Layer123 gets this message. And so this year, we have put an upper limit on the bribery amounts that we allow to be given to the judges. This makes sure that they are as objective as can possibly be, and you will see that they have chosen very well. This whole Congress is about automation. It's not all aspects of networking and telecommunications, but it's automation that is making the newest services available. It's making it possible to do so much of this while we are working at home. If it weren't for automation, we couldn't have all these services and still stay at home and be healthy. So we will be recognizing 7 companies today, plus 1 individual. And it's really my pleasure to offer these awards. I am, as you know, one half of the Bowtie brothers. Mark Cohn is the other Bowtie brother. He has the same tie and the same red cummerbund as I have here, but he is serving Layer123 in a different and real capacity by running an actual panel discussion in one of the sessions. So he has real work, I have real fun. Let us turn to our first award. First award is for the best automated network in general for an operator. And I don't think you'll be surprised to learn who the winner of this award is. This company is being recognized for their performance and scalability success within their mobile 4G and 5G OpenRAN deployments. They're actually deploying OpenRAN. A lot of us talk about it, they're doing it. They're innovating in network automation and virtualization, and they are defying the odds by building from the ground up a whole end-to-end automated cloud network with cutting edge and novel technology that actually delivers. It should come as no surprise that the most deserving winner of the Best Automated Network 2021 award is Rakuten Mobile. Now, I am going to stop sharing just for a moment, make sure that I have the sound on. And it says it's on. The next award is for the best network automation solution by a solutions provider. This is obviously a vendor. We have the service providers, the SPs, and now we have the solution providers, also SPs. So we've done a really great job of defining these two camps with different abbreviations and acronyms, SP versus SP. Now, in this case, this was a tough job for the judges. They had a lot of deserving candidates nominated for these awards, and they had a really hard time picking a winner. They narrowed it down to two possible winners, and they went back and forth, trying to find the one that would win the award at the expense of the other. They failed to do that. They have consequently decided to honor two companies as joint winners of this award. The first one named is been offering the digital automation cloud, which has leapfrogged the competition with 4G and 5G connectivity, data management and processing to support real-time applications for smart manufacturing, predictive maintenance, remote operations, and that includes automating both the packet layers and the optical layers. So the second winner offers an automation platform that is a low-code, scalable solution for multi-domain and multi-vendor networks. A lot of vendors are really good at that, nor do they want to be. This company is using an API-first model, very modern technology, to drive automation across field operations, service assurance, and most importantly, service delivery. Please join me in congratulating the two deserving winners of this award, Nokia and iTential. I'm so glad to hear how enthusiastic you are with your applause today. It's really gratifying to hear that, and I could not agree more. The next award goes to the company that best provides an OpenRAN solution. This is a vendor, again, a solutions provider. So, gosh, there's not a day that goes by when you can't open the trade press and read something new about OpenRAN. Now, this is a company that's actually delivering OpenRAN, not just talking about it. They have been making continued waves with their OpenRAN solution using a software-centric approach. And they have thus broken into a space previously dominated by the large incumbents and the large radio access network incumbents even. This is not easily done. To deliver workable solutions in the hardest of all environments, the dense urban environment. And for this, the judges have justifiably recognized this amazing company. Please join me in congratulating Altiostar. I love a crowd. The next award goes to an operator that's offering the best innovative commercial case in 5G automation. My personal opinion is that 5G will not succeed without automation and without virtualization. So this company has actually delivered this on a scale you can hardly believe. They're offering automated 5G services to address new applications, new customer uses, and new ways of operating the network and being a telecom service provider. I think 5G has brought on these innovations that none of us really expected would be quite as deep as they are. They are far-reaching, especially in how we create our businesses now. So this company has completed the construction of core networks, 5G core networks, automated 5G core networks in 8 geographic regions. It's a huge expanse with the world's first commercial cross-layer fault demarcation project based on artificial intelligence that allows 5-minute fault detection and 15-minute fault demarcation in a huge region. It might come as no surprise that the winner of this award, which is a company I admire tremendously and have visited and cannot wait to see again when this is all over, is our friends, China Mobile. China Mobile Zhejiang, in particular, with the 5GC Intelligent O&M project. You know, here in the US, our companies have a lot of swagger. I think it just comes with being an American. It's not something I ascribe to particularly, but the companies brag, I have 160 million subscribers. I have 176 million subscribers. Whoop-de-doo. The last I checked, China Mobile had over 960 million subscribers. That is a scale no one else can match. It boggles my mind to think about how they can actually run a network to that many people over that wide a region and have it be award-winning. But they have, they do, and they will. So it's very gratifying for me to see them win this award. Let's go to the next category. This is a solution provider that's being awarded for the best 5G network delivery. Now, helping an operator deliver 5G and turn it on is quite a task. There are little pieces and there are big pieces. For an operator to offer 5G, they need a lot of help, internal skills and terrific vendors, integration skills, because it involves a whole lot from the bottom layer to the top layer to business processes to network technology. And if there's ever been an environment that merged IT and network operations, it is automated 5G. This provider is comprehensive. They offer end-to-end, and I should say top to bottom, 5G rollout capabilities and project management with tasks that range from site survey, engineering, and site preparation, all the way to installation, integration, and optimization of the network. Not many companies can do this. I'm sure you'll agree that this company stands out for their extensive capabilities and deserves this award. Please join me in recognizing Ericsson. I can see we have a lot of Ericsson fans in the audience today, judging by those cheers. Our last company award is the best edge computing solution. This goes to a solutions provider, a vendor. Edge computing is a very hot topic, of course. Most of the MEF meetings I'm in every week are having to do with the edge. A number of the companies I work with closely, the startups, are developing edge-related solutions. The edge has become hot because the new applications that 5G is engendering, for example, require edge computing. It's low latency, it's responsive, it's where you can put machine learning and deep learning, it's where you can put media services, low latency response, caching, all those sorts of things. You've got microservices architectures out there with compute accelerators, networking and storage, all put together in an efficient manner. But it requires the proper balance between what goes on in the cloud and what goes on at the edge. And the edge, in my view, is really the distributed cloud. Layer123 had it before just about anybody else when they had the CloudNet Summit in 9 years ago. 9 years ago last month in London. And the cloud became very big, and it's getting bigger and bigger all the time. And we have the cloud providers, but they're working closely with the telecom service providers to cloudify their operations. And a lot of stuff goes into the cloud. Well, as we're finding with the 5G and automation environments, not everything belongs in the central cloud because of latency. Some stuff belongs at the edge, and this is now where the distributed cloud comes in. Now, what goes where is very application dependent. I still remember very clearly being at the last Layer123 World Congress held live in The Hague in October of 2019. There in the expo was a very impressive booth on some video processing they were doing. What was surprising is that they said, we are doing this processing not in the edge cloud, but in the core. So what about the latency? They said, turns out that the transmission latency is not as great as the processing latency because we cannot afford to put a whole bank of GPUs at the edge, but we have an enormous number we can centralize in the central cloud. And we can run these applications and the video recognition faster there and get it back than doing it at the edge. That's sort of an economics and performance trade-off. So it was surprising and it caught my attention. I stayed in the booth quite a while, and I've just recently been in touch with a person who was in the booth from this company. But the edge computing promise is very large as the applications that require sufficiently low latency are growing in number and in importance to the customers. And they're becoming an important revenue source for the network operators. Now, what do the network operators have that the cloud providers don't? They have the locations, they have the central offices, they have these edge facilities, extremely valuable. We're seeing the major cloud providers put their edge computing in the premises of the communication service providers. Now, what goes there? Who builds that? This is an open field, and we wanted to recognize this and create an award in this category because of its importance to the future of our industry. So this winner of this award is being recognized for not only offering really efficient and deployable edge solutions, but by also capitalizing on the newest trend of not just virtualizing, but containerizing these network functions. If you're going to go to microservices at the edge, you're often going to be in a Kubernetes environment. You're going to run things in containers in a much more cost-effective solution, power efficient, modular, atomic nature. And this provider has combined both virtual machines and containers in the same environment, depending on the nature of the workload, to deliver the best of both worlds with an automated edge computing solution. Please join me in congratulating the winner of this award, OpenNebula. Glad you recognize their importance as much as I do. Our final award is the most gratifying to offer. It's a personal award. This goes to an individual who's been a champion of automation for a long time. And this person's voice beats the drum for automation in a convincing way. He has written extensively. He's mentioned this a lot. He does it in a way that makes you want to do it, because when he beats on you to do this, you can tell that he is on your side. He's one of the nicest people in our industry, clear thinking, has this vision, and has written extensively about automation. He's a leader we know, we look up to, who has long been really ahead of the curve in advancing our industry, not only for the general case of digital transformation, but here for the specific case of automation. And he's been doing this for years. He's written extensively. I know you've read what he has written. You've heard what he's said. You won't be surprised. His platform for doing this is the TM Forum. And the winner, I am thrilled to announce, is our friend, Dave Millen. Dave, I wish I could welcome you to the stage, shake your hand, give you the award in person. I'm hoping we can resume these things in person soon. All of the award winners will receive their plaques in the mail, and we'll try to find a way of doing some personal recognition when it's possible to do so. Now, I mentioned that I'm here in Layer123 West Studios in Palo Alto, California. You're probably distributed in your homes and maybe some of you in some offices around the world. Well, I have a little secret here. I'm going to end this sharing. I'm going to share something else that we have put together an important group of VIPs to watch these awards live in the same hall. They've all been vaccinated. They've all been DNA tested. They're immune from this disease. And we gather them together to celebrate these things because they were so important. They flew in from all corners to do this. And they're going to give us a final cheer off in recognition of all the winners of all these awards. And let's go to them live now. Where do they go? Okay, we're going to stop sharing and I will go to that again. Sometimes you just can't get things to go how you want, but we know how that goes. All right, I'm going to go back to full screen. Going to go back to Zoom. I go to the meeting. We're going to share the screen. Try it again. And it says to click to exit full screen. There they are. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure being with you again today. I hope you stay well. I hope you can come together in person to a Layer123 event sometime later this year or next year here, hopefully. I want to thank Milad Farahani for inviting me to give these awards. I'm going to thank, in absentia, my bow tie brother, Mark Cohn, for helping be the inspiration for these. And again, I want to congratulate all the winners of all the awards for the job you have done to serve our industry and society at large. Thank you very much.